would seem as though we are back.
Oh,
but are we really?
No, we're not.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. We are not back. So I'm just going to keep playing by myself. Hit the A button. Oh, your controller's dead.
I thought you said if we talked about backs, then your back would itch.
There we go.
Wait, no. Okay, good. I thought we were serious.
Nah.
No.
Batman.
Oh, so what courses are left?
Oh, we got Hiwo Owo from Naruto Uzukaka.
Weeb.
Yeah, all I have to say is RAR Nuzzles UXD in response to that terrible comment.
Mine or theirs?
No, theirs.
What do they say?
Hiwo Uwu.
Oh, gross.
Something like that. Lovely.
I know, right?
Ooh.
We're practicing. Oh, you freaking kidding me. I'm gonna lose this whole thing anyway. I don't think I can catch up in time. Like, I'm just gonna bomb myself too. That's great. Or not. So what do we have left again?
This
Daisy Circuit
and Daisy Swirkit.
Oh, don't we have one other one though? Aren't
We
gonna...
do, yeah.
Okay, well this will be fun.
This Daisy Circuit and
I timed that horribly.
I think I don't even know. What is it?
We've done both Peaches. We've done Yoshi. Oh, we did Ghost Valley.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah.
I do not remember
I think we
that.
did. Comments, did we?
Yeah, comments. Did we do
Yeah.
Yoshi Valley? I know you guys have been so tuned in.
We did do Yoshi Valley. You meant Ghost Valley.
I mean Ghost Valley. We didn't do Yoshi Valley because it's not in this game.
No, Yoshi Falls, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, next time kick my ass anyway, so it doesn't
I meant, I think I accidentally said Yoshi Valley though.
This is Daisy Circuit, so we really don't know the last one. Okay, now we have to guess. We did Mario's, we did Wario, the Wario one, we did the Luigi one.
Right.
This is intense. What was it?
Let's go through Mushroom Cup. We did Toad's Factory, right?
Yeah, we did.
Not just in the practice.
I thought we did Toad's. Ooh, I thought we did it for real though. I really remember it.
Oh yeah, because the blue shell thing.
Oh boy.
Remember the comeback on Toad's Factory?
I think I do.
And then Flower Cup. We did DK Summit. Did we do DK?
We did DK Summit.
We did it in either that or the practice.
So this is probably one on the practice. Are you kidding? I'm so tired. I think I hate aggressive items now. Can we do another, what if we did another one of 32?
No items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I might hate that.
I love no items because it's how I win.
So let's not do that then.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I mean like,
I want to try no items though.
Sure.
If you'd like to.
I might, after that I might leave.
Alright.
There's probably Thanksgiving stuff I have to do at home. I'm not sure what, but I'm sure there's something. Sitting around doing nothing for one, but I don't mean that.
Indeed.
I meant to hold my bomb. I just got that again. Are you serious?
Phil Undercloud. Would you like to protest?
Nick, what's the freaking point? I'm gonna lose.
What are you talking about?
We're on the second to last. My points could not match up to. Like, I mean, overall, I'm gonna lose. You know? I'm just gonna lose. What are you doing? Wait, I beat you!
I know, I was trying to flip over on the flagpole. I got too carried away.
Why did you... I'll complain, I guess.
No, look, see? This is what happened. It was Ghost Valley.
Oh, crud, wow. Okay.
See? I tried to flip over right here.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I don't care anymore.
It's too late.
Yeah.
too late. Yeah.
I can at least win this one. I spoke too soon. Are you kidding? Did you see those? One of those fell into the ground. I mean, there's no ground. One of those fell off. The other one,
I wall dodged.
yeah.
And I wall dodged the last one as well.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. All I want is one win. That's all I can ask for.
All I want this year from good Saint Nick is to ban hoverboards cause they make you look like a dick. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say because they make people sick.
Because they make you sick. Yeah.
I'm definitely losing now. That's great.
I hit myself with my own green shell. That's great.
I did not mean to jump. That just wasted 20 seconds. No, not 20. Like 5. I've never done this jump while being big before. Okay. Just go.
Alright, so it looks like we've got, no, still just the hello? Ooh woo. This fucking weeb.
I said that.
Furry!
How are they a furry?
Because they said ooh woo.
Oh, gross. So why are you skipping the score?
Oh, oopsie.
Why would you do that?
Do not. I thought there was another race.
You feel so. They showed. You feel so intense about this. Oh my gosh.
So whoa.
We can still
okay.
rewind though. Oh yeah, we can still see that. All right.
So it looks like her score.
Unless you skipped too fast.
Looks like you got first place.
No, you won.
Is Daisy versus? It said you.
You won.
But it said you.
I won?
No, it said the word you.
So I won by 30. No, you won. See, yeah, we screwed up. You won by 30 points, right?
Oh, did I accidentally hit single player? Oopsie.
Always do that. You
Oopsie
self-censor.
Daisy.
That's what her parents said.
Hello again, lol, Millie Helprin. Sorry, I called you Millie Helprin.
Run for the mills.
We're choosing. We're also doing.
We're not choosing. Make it no.
What?
No.
Okay. Why don't you want to choose?
That's boring. You always.
I meant random.
Because every time I don't want to. Okay, no items. Wow.
Well, didn't you want to try that or no?
No, yeah, I do, but like kind of. But I feel like it's gonna be like all bombs when we hate it. Like they both sound so amazing.
Well, I love no items. The reason I love no items is because.
No, I mean, I was comparing it to all bomb mode.
These are the exact conditions with which I speedrun things. No items, because that's the way to measure true skill of not RNG, you know? It eliminates the random chance of things. Oh, Funky Kong is so different.
Why was this one of the last courses last time? I know we're doing it first.
Not let you pass me. Never.
I'll just get you win.
No drafting either.
Well, the cones are preventing that right now. Oh, how do you feel about that Pikachu movie, the live-action detective one?
It doesn't look terrible.
To me, it does.
Really?
I feel like any Americanized version of Nintendo is just it's just not good.
It looks like a decent quality production though.
Well, so did Pixels, but
no, Pixels. No, Pixels was bad for.
I thought it did. I'm not a movie critic.
Any Adam Sandler movie is instantly a 12 on Metacritic.
Out of 10?
No. Out of 100.
No, like, I've built this huge wall between me and movies. Like, I have this strict. I can't trust the industry anymore. You know, like.
I think you're right. I think I like Daisy Mockback way better than this. This is horrible.
What?
Funky Flame Runner right now.
I feel like you let me pass you on purpose.
No, I hit the wall.
Trump won again. I need to stop with it.
See, what happens in no items mode is we're way closer to one another the whole time.
It's kind of scary if you think about it. Because in Moon V, you're gonna kick my butt. Wait. No, how did that happen? Don't hop.
What are you talking about?
You were hopping. Like you were like. Oh, not
I
like
was
that.
only doing that to take a sharp turn. I wasn't doing it to mock or anything.
No, I mean it looks kind of cute though. I'm not
Funky
afraid
Kong,
of
he's a monkey. We got some P4. Timer down. Hi. What?
How many people are watching now?
A couple.
Wow! It's one more than last time. No, do you mean like 4 or like 2?
Alright, get your breakaway.
Okay, great.
Oh, this is good, this is good. Getting some very nice turns. I'm very proud of this. I'm slowly but surely inching my way.
So why are there 5 signs right next to each other that say the exact same thing?
In case you missed it the first time.
Like, or the second time or the third time.
Yeah!
But wouldn't it be better if you just had a giant sign like that one right in front of us that says go? Like, wouldn't it, like those Yoshi signs, like, wouldn't it be better to just combine them into one? So it's just much bigger and more noticeable?
And then it would look too empty. And they just want to reuse assets so that it doesn't look empty.
Yeah, okay, sure. I hate being off-road. Oh, we should have done mirror. That would have been fun.
I was like,
What?
That reminds me of Gru's mother from Despicable Me. Like the rocket. Yeah.
I want to go to the moon.
I want to go to the moon. My mother doesn't love me. He always says girls like girls. I'm going to tuck the girls into bed. And then I'm going to read them a story. My name is Gru. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, in English last year we read this paper about about how villains like Gru and Doofenshmirtz and a ton of others have foreign accents because they are easier to portray as evil because their foreign accents, like typically something that's foreign is typically seen as like bad. Like there's this whole psychological thing behind it. That was the last. Anyway, you know what I mean? It's
right.
Like, yeah.
But I think the thing about Gru and Doofenshmirtz is that they're
Both have pointy noses. I mean, noses.
Well, that. But also, they're villains, but not really. Both of them. Like,
well,
they have evil schemes, and then they wind up good.
They both are somewhat of a villain. They both are. Like, they both.
Yes, but they're not like a villainy villain. They're
okay,
like.
well, there's other examples though, right?
They're a villain who winds up being good.
Well, there's other examples of.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
but they're a villain at some point, right?
Like Jafar.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, but like, I forgot the name. I almost said Genie. Yeah, by mistake. I'm really hating this without items right now. See, this is exactly what I feared. Like, I can't. How am I supposed to catch up if I don't have any items? And you're doing so well.
Just don't
do
badly.
All I have to.
I'm sorry. No. Oh, I didn't think it would ask again. I was like,
well, you see, I'm starting to hate this. Maybe I should just go home. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you can, but you know.
Yeah. Are you kidding? I was too distracted by trying to prove my point about villains having foreign accents. There's a lot of studies that go into that. Like Trump. No,
I got the double trick.
You did? Wow. Okay. Can you help me win?
Sure.
You were winning by a lot. Holy crap! Are you in the last lap already?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
I really don't get why you hate battles so much. Not hate, but like don't do them.
I mean, what's happening right now should perfectly explain why.
Well, no,
because I'm good at racing, but I'm not good at battling.
We should battle then. Oh, that'd be fun though.
I've never taken battling seriously. I've just kind of.
Well, I feel like.
I've only ever done battling for fun.
No,
I don't know why I'm staying.
No, but it is different with battling, because in battling you have items, and it's still a competition.
True. I mean, wait, what? Where were what were you facing on the track right there? It just looked like a wall.
I wasn't looking because I was just sad.
No.
No. I can't be a sore loser like that, but you know, I'm understandably upset.
Trying to draft you.
Bitch.
Alright, I'm just taking
What is
inside
this,
lines.
fantasy football? Oh. I don't even know if that joke makes sense or not.
I don't know.
You know, like trying to draft someone. You're gonna
I
fall.
Nope.
Maybe next time.
No, because I usually get that shortcut with Funky Kong. It's just not all the time with Daisy.
Oh, okay. It's a sexist thing, I get it.
Jeez.
No, but one of my teachers, I won't specify it all, but they talk about feminism sometimes, and by sometimes I mean a lot.
Who?
I can't say it here, you know?
Oh,
Can't say it.
right.
But to me, it's like, he's kind of saying it, like, he's overdoing it. And like, how did it occur to you that maybe not everyone agrees with this? That maybe you're making my skin crawl right now? Because whenever he says something like that, I purposely make, like, an uncomfortable face. Because that's how you know.
Like what? Wait.
Like, I don't know.
No, like, what is he saying? Is what I meant.
No, I mean, like, he's talking about how we, should read feminist, writings, or how a book can portray, you know, it could portray existentialism, or it could be a drama, or it could be a feminist writing, like, gradually integrate that into that. And then he talked to me alone once for a while, and they mentioned it, and briefly again, they just slid it in there. I'm like,
you ever point that out?
Then again, no, I've never told him. I don't want to. It's better than him being a misogynist or something.
Yeah.
So I can't really say anything.
It's true.
But if there ever comes the chance where we have to write a free prompt, if there's a free prompt or a really loose interpretive prompt, which isn't likely because this is like, this isn't composition, it's like literature, so it probably won't happen. But if there was, then I would kick feminism's ass.
Where are you? All right.
Because that's what I did in AP Lang last year. I wrote two essays about that. And I knew the teacher didn't agree with it. That was the last lab grade. I knew the teacher didn't agree with what I was saying, but I still got high marks, so.
It was a shame the trailer dropped the same day as Stanley passed away. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Detective Pikachu.
Wait.
Millie says, I thought Detective Pikachu looked fine, and then it's a shame the trailer dropped the same day Stan Lee passed away.
Well, did Stan Lee have anything to do with the movie? Or no?
No, just probably that it's a shame that, like, she likes Pokemon, I'm guessing, and it's a great movie she likes, so she's probably just afflicted to be happy or sad because...
That's a weird thing to compare to me, but okay.
No, but you get it, though?
Kind of, but not really.
Like, she's happy that Detective Pikachu was announced,
Yeah,
but she's sad that Stan Lee died.
I know, but
so
like,
she's afflicted of whether she should be happy or sad. Is that essentially what's happening? I'm not even sure.
I mean, I guess, but you're talking to her, yeah. But,
I mean, I don't want to be some, like, psychological analysis person.
To me, it's like a person you don't even know passed away, and a movie that you're millions of miles away from came out. Like, these things shouldn't really affect how a person feels that much. I mean, I don't really...
Maybe, yeah. But, I mean, you can like, it's not like...
I get it.
Maybe even it's a super mild form of being happy and a super mild form of being sad. Either way, it's still kind of
the
an
milder
affliction.
the better. It's like, these things shouldn't have to affect you that much.
But, I mean...
It depends on how involved you are with them, but, you know.
I personally respected Stan Lee as a creator. I thought a lot of his stuff was pretty good, and though I never really followed Marvel that much, I respected him a lot as an artist, as a creator. So it is a little sad. Like, it's sad that he passed away. I mean, I never knew him, so I'm not gonna really mourn, but...
Yeah. I didn't really, I didn't even know who he was until he died.
You win.
Are you sure? That pixelated water.
Yeah.
Littlest pet shop on the news. It's interesting. No, but I've really crafted why feminism sucks in my head. So I feel honestly prepared if anyone wanted to take me in combat. But I try to avoid it because
You still gonna write something?
yeah, I'm working on it, but I feel kind of, the more I write, the more stressed I feel, because I think, what if someone else already puts something like this out there and it's too late for me to...
Well...
That's how I felt about comedic writing. I used to write a lot of jokes and then I stopped, because I thought, someone's just gonna take these anyway, like, what's the point?
You will always have been the person who came up with them.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
the point. Like, I mean, of course people are gonna take them, but
no,
they're
I mean,
still
like, what
your
if someone
jokes.
uses them before I do? Like, what if someone comes up with them as well as me and then uses them before I get the chance to, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well...
Well, I guess
I
that's
mean,
less likely, but...
It's like saying, oh, what if someone's going to write this piece of music because there's only so many combinations of things that
yeah,
sound
that's what
good.
I think sometimes.
But,
You have to
I mean, like, music wouldn't exist if everyone thought that way, so...
Yeah, that's true. But I think, I really want to, I want to, make a contribution to that.
That's good.
And I do, what?
I said, well, that's good.
Yeah, like, I want to, but also, like, I want a minor or double major in marketing, so I could use those, like, communication tools to get out to more people, I guess. Because I want to, like, I think I told you this before, but my whole spiel is going to be, like, people, like, talk about, when people focus on the big ideas, I think they get, like, really, they stereotype or they categorize things, and it's too restrictive. When people get too specific, it's like, that's not looking at the big picture. Like, I just want to look at everything from a whole new, refreshed angle. And really,
A holy one. Sorry. Sorry.
A whole new
new world. A new fantastic point of view. Oh, sorry.
No, wait. I need to look up the lyrics to that song, because that actually might match what I'm talking about. For you and me, that works.
No one to tell us no.
Yeah.
Your mom's a hoe. That's how it
No.
goes, right?
Yeah, that's how Disney intended it.
Yeah. Oh, it's lap 3. Wow, you're gonna win. Loser.
You're gonna win, you loser. Oh, I wish I could be a loser like you.
I wish I could be a loser like you. Alright.
That cushion just... Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I never designed your menu for that game.
Well, haven't needed it yet.
Oh, that's good. Call me back in 2020.
Okay. Probably won't need it then. No, I'm kidding.
To me, it feels like 2019 right now, because I've seen it so much with our class and our grade and our individual classmates that it feels like it's 2019, you know?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm 18 right now.
No, I see that. Actually, well,
I mean, I do. I feel like that because my birthday is a couple weeks away, and
yeah.
like a lot of my friends are 18 already, so.
Heyo. Oh wait, I'm not your friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't feel 18 that much. Well, I cried on my 18th birthday, but
Jesus Christ.
I try to think of it like at least I was still 17 when I cried. Like I didn't start off my year in tears. No, I cried because of photography. I think I told you that, but yeah.
I'm glad Miss Schilling could make your birthday so special.
No, we're being recorded.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. Anyway.
No, because nobody really cares. The people watching this already know who she is.
Anyway. Oh, look at distraction. So let's talk about that.
Look, anything else? Let's talk about it.
I hate how I don't like movies that much, and I wouldn't watch them, but I still care when I hear about things. Like I heard Ocean's 8 is coming out soon, and then I have seen no commercials, and then on CinemaSins I see everything wrong with Ocean's 8, and I'm like, where was the hype? Like, does everyone really can't be bothered by this? I mean, that wasn't a good grammar, but I'm pretty sure it was that. But maybe he's just talking about the trailer or something. But that was last lap every time.
That was the last lap. Is there like a mushrooms only mode? I don't think there is, right?
I don't think there is either.
There's strategic, but that's not even close to mushrooms because that's bananas shells. In first, you'll never get a mushroom, essentially.
I hate how Ralph breaks the internet, takes something that was about video games and just
makes it about Kim Kardashian. Yeah.
Yeah, or like
breaks the internet.
Or like Colleen. That's not what I meant. I thought you meant like internet culture and Kim Kardashian, and then I realized, oh, you just meant the. No, I really wanted it to be about video games again, but with like other video game characters, like just to, because that had more potential to expand. Like,
and perhaps there still are.
How about like, I'm not gonna bother with watching it because like I don't like watching movies or stuff. But
okay, I mean,
so I can't really argue anything else. But I mean, I don't know. If there's some video game themed movie, I'd like it to keep that trend going. I feel like talking about the internet is much more basic and appeals to. I think it's like the Emoji Movie.
Maybe it's gonna talk more about maybe it's gonna talk more about online gaming, like maybe games that aren't necessarily arcade games, but it's still gaming culture, for the most part. From the trailer, I guess it'd be reasonable not to expect that, but
I did like when the. I did like what did I forget what I was gonna say now. Oh, when that bunny kept eating until it exploded.
Oh yeah. That was good.
Oh yeah. I think that would.
That's mobile gaming, yeah.
I think that would help a lot of people feel satisfied. You know.
I didn't blow trick.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you keep trying to scratch your chin with your shoulder?
I have no idea what you're talking
No.
about.
I'm completely serious though, were you? Because I can only see it from the corner of my eye, and that's what it looks like. Ow.
That is what I'm doing, though. It's a bad habit. Alright, here we go.
Oh,
Let's get the turn. Yeah, look at that. Oh, boy.
So I'm going to speak in generalizations again, but,
Nice.
our school has... How is that?
I don't know. Just is.
Okay.
Something soothing about generalizations.
I'm hoping you can interpret what I'm saying.
Alright.
So our school has this academic organization, and I think it generally takes like 100 members. And they had the induction recently.
Okay.
And I respect its integrity, right? I do. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm not good enough for it, but like I really respect it, and I can't imagine the hard work that it takes and the benefits that go with it.
Yeah.
But then I see people post like, we're in the scholar cult, or like, we're scholars, or you know, like stuff like that, and I'm like, it's not that impressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not impressive enough for me, granted, but it's still not that impressive. I mean, I'm still not impressive enough for it. That's what I meant to say. I'm not good enough for it. I'm literally not. But when people say like, wicked smart, you know, like
smart.
Yeah, like where they said wicked smart, but
Pack the can, have it, yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
But like, if
Sorry.
no, but I think they have a right to feel happy and everything. But do they? It's kind of. No, I think I'm just. I don't know. Maybe I'm jealous or something, and I can't deal with that. Library first, then the gym.
It's last lap. I'm sorry.
For those of you who didn't hear, I slammed my Wiimote on the ground. No, but like.
Oh, they heard. Wait, how do you guys feel about? Sony not being at E3 next year? Well, I didn't know that actually. But wow, they're not. You know, it's because Sony Pictures Animation flopped the Emoji Movie that all their industries, even their video game one, isn't going to be there anymore.
That's.
I'm kidding.
I keep forgetting that other people are listening.
But yeah, apparently there's not going to be a PlayStation E3 conference next year. I didn't know that until now, but wow. You know any of the story behind that? Sorry for being uninformed.
You sound like someone having a political debate.
Sorry.
No, I just went off on a tangent, and I remember that.
No, that's
boring the hell out of people.
No, that's what's good about these live streams, because they go off on tangents. You start talking about things, and it just keeps going. You know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Anyway, the election.
Anyway, the election.
Anyway, the
but I don't know. She said, "How do you guys feel?" So, how do you feel about
Sexist.
That's not what I was saying. How do you feel about Sony not being at E3? Huh?
You want to know how I feel?
You're gonna come up with something silly, or
no? Just guess.
How?
I mean, guess how it's silly. Like, how would it be silly? You know. For all you know, I can take it really seriously.
Well, how do you feel about Sony not being at
E3?
E3?
Shits.
Ah.
I mean, you said I'd think of something creative, and you were wrong.
I expected as much. That you didn't care about it.
Oh yeah.
Not that you couldn't come up with something.
Okay. Well, I didn't anyway, so disappointed you even more by going after it.
I'm not sad at that. It helps me.
Oh, speaking of Sony, that reminds me of anime. Have you seen Magic Out? I forget what it's called because I'm gonna butcher every name. What?
Magic the Gathering.
No, anime. Magic King Renaissance or something.
Magic Kingdom.
No.
I don't know.
Magic King Renaissance. Okay.
Last lap.
Well, it's a good anime. I like it. You know, I feel like
yes.
It talks. It shows the talents of artists, and it's really cool. Like a bunch of
Ooh, Bowser Castle.
Well, it's more complicated than that, but you know.
It's more complicated than Bowser Castle.
Stop talking. Okay. You know what? I missed our deep philosophical discussions.
Me too.
Okay. So you kick something off. I've been trying to kick something off for like the past hour, and everything's hit a wall. So.
All right. So currently in lap 1 of Bowser Castle here. I'm gonna be going for the Ultra. It went a little bit decently last time. The first time I tried it, but that doesn't mean I'm consistent at it whatsoever.
Nick.
I seem to be doing pretty well.
Did you see what just happened?
Yes, I did.
Why? I'm gonna fall off again, aren't I?
Things happen for lots of reasons. As you can see, I did not go for the gap shortcut.
I wonder if the crowd heard our sniffles.
Alright, I'm gonna try like inside lines and everything that I do in time trials to see if I can race like TWD98 when I watch his videos. Sorry if half of you don't get that reference, but I think he's
TW98.
Pretty cool guy. He's a Mario Kart Wii YouTuber in 2018.
In 2018. That's, you could have just said he's a Mario Kart Wii YouTuber.
In 2018 though.
Why would you need to add that?
Because you might think his channel's dead or something now that Mario Kart Wii's not as popular. But no, it is thriving actually.
You know, forget it.
Okay. Oh shit. How did that happen? Now I really have to get shortcut.
No, you don't. You can just let me win.
True. I think I'll do that by failing the shortcut. Whoa, whoa! Oh! Did you see that?
No, but I heard you.
I was super close. I was in the wall. I was looking at you. Hold on.
No, I saw you. I saw you looking at me. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
On my screen?
Yeah, I saw. I thought it was just a bridge or something.
Oh no, it was. See, look, I almost got it.
I was not looking the moment. Oh! I saw.
It was so sad because you were right there. Oh, you're all the way over there. Wow.
Now you know how I feel all the time. Anyway. Oh, I have a question.
What?
What's your? I think I've asked you this before, but I forget. So, what's your favorite and least favorite art class that you take this year?
My favorite art class is honors drawing and painting.
All right.
My least favorite is graphic design.
Oh wow, that's my favorite. Why don't you like it? You might like it better later in the year, though.
I didn't like it, and I don't like it because it's technical and it's not creative based, and we have the same goal for every project.
Okay, well.
And it's nothing that I can actually use in my portfolio.
That is true, though. I don't have anything from that class that I can put in my portfolio. But, you know, I mean, if you take one of those prompts and, like, or if you take one of your finishing projects and, like, really hone in on it, you could probably use it for a portfolio. Like the infographics. Like, at one of the colleges I had a portfolio review that they said explicitly, it's last 3. They said explicitly.
Yeah. I see that.
They said explicitly to me, maybe you should add an infographic. And I never had that last year with her. But you guys did one, so maybe.
Oh.
So you can expand on things, but I get that on their own, there's not a lot you can add.
So what exactly happened? Did you tell Miss G? Oh, you know, we should have done an infographic in this year.
No, because like I think she switches the projects every year. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah.
So I think she knows what she's doing. Like, I'm not gonna dictate what she should teach. Like, I think it just so happened that I was in a year that didn't teach it.
Oh yeah.
But I had a lot of projects I loved, like this poster we did with a phrase in the middle and it had a bunch of icons around it. That's one of the pieces I submitted for graphic design for the NAHS submission. Not submission, but you know. But anyway, I like graphic design because I feel like in Art 1 I felt exactly the same. Like there's two like technical. They focused more on the process. You keep dropping it.
I know. I'm not trying to do that, but it happens.
Oh, I thought you were trying to direct your phone.
Yeah.
Anyway, I felt the same with Art 1, that it was way too, like, it focused way more on the process than the creativity itself. But I think it depends on how you look at it. Like, if you view your goal to be just as creative as you are technical, I think it just depends on how you approach it. You know, I think you just have to approach it differently.
I, for one, really like a large amount of being technical, but I still like a little bit of creativity.
Yeah.
This class just doesn't give you any.
I mean, I think you have to work harder to apply it. Like what project you?
No, I'm just saying that there are too many
it,
constraints.
Yeah, like
to the point. So the most creative I can be in this class is right now we're doing the state project.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And I have Montana, and in Montana they have the world's largest purple spoon. So I am going to. So I'm putting a spoon as my focus, a gigantic spoon, and everything is going towards the spoon. And the sun is shining down on the gigantic purple spoon. So that's my project right now.
That wouldn't be my approach, but I mean, I can't judge. Like, it's your project, you do what you will. I'm sure.
You wouldn't use a gigantic purple spoon?
No, I'd focus more on the landscape of it, and maybe a couple, I'd put the spoon in the background for sure, but, I'd do some sideshow, not sideshow attraction, but yeah, like some stuff like that. Some attractions that...
Yeah! Yeah! No, I'm Funky Kong, not Daisy.
Sorry, I shouldn't do that. We're live. I'm sorry.
Well, you messed me up enough, so...
I'm sorry. Well, no, I mean, for that, well, I can't speak on that because I didn't do the project, but...
You didn't do the project?
No,
the state project?
No, but we did it for, like, I'm not doing it with Montana specifically.
Oh, right.
We did the posters, but we did it with countries, and we did it with African countries. And I hate that.
Because, you know, freaking Africa, they've got black
Congo.
people. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, what?
I made a terrible
No,
joke.
I mean, like, it's nothing against Africa. I would have felt the same way if it were about countries in, like, South America. No, because, like, I don't like it because, like, I don't mean it like I'm racist. Maybe a little bit. No, I'm sorry. But it's because the countries are so obscure. Like, I have, like, Tanzania or something. And, like, I'd never heard of that. Ever.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. So I had to,
Well, it's a good way to learn stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's
almost like it's education or something. But basically, I'm making fun of myself. But to me, it's hard because,
Go.
What are you doing? Whoa, you just hopped over that.
You'll see.
You're scared.
Well, yeah, it's faster to not use it.
Alright. Did you?
That was the hop button instead of the trick button.
I knew you hopped over it.
Oopsie doops.
Oopsie daisy, haha, yeah. That slowed me down. That's okay. No, but I think, like, I had to do I don't think you guys did this, but it's like, it's a project. I mean, it's a poster. It is a project. It's a poster with, like, you have to put a phrase in the middle, but around it you put a bunch of icons that revolve around it. So I did, and you had to use a certain color, whether it's,
Crap.
analogous or...
Analogous.
I'm an
sorry.
AP art.
We gotta do
In the
those
phone
analogous
calls
color
again.
schemes, you know?
No, whether they're in
Frickin'
order, I forget what that's called. It starts with...
Analogous. Sorry.
No, how do you say... How do you say...
Analogous? Analogous. The Lundegard clown. Sorry.
No, what they're using, what is it called? You have to use a certain color palette, whether it's complementary, split complementary. You just hit me.
Sorry.
Or any of the...
I love that color scheme. Sorry.
Yeah, my boyfriend shows it to me a lot. No, I'm kidding.
Oh!
And jokes on them, I don't have a boyfriend.
Alright, here we go.
So we had to take a color combination, and we had to apply it to a poster, and we had to put a phrase in the middle, and we had to use the colors for a bunch of icons in the background. So I did Find Your Light with a bunch of every light fixture I could think of. Like a lantern, or a flashlight, or a firework, or like,
Baby, you're a fire.
It's not my point.
Sorry.
Or like, or a phone.
Yeah.
Or a phone, or like anything involving light. And then I made the background black, so it would really pop out, because I used red, yellow, and orange. So I put red in the middle icons, orange in the further out icons, and then yellow in the furthest out icon, so it looked like a flame or something. So, in that sense, I felt like it really, at least that one was allowing, a lot of creativity. Like, for example, something else you'll have to do is, a business card. Well, maybe you won't, but something like that. So you'll definitely have to,
Told you. Yeah, this one's always a free one for you, because I have to practice this.
No, but you don't have to. You could just choose to beat me. But anyway, I think what I meant was, like, some projects are more free than others, I guess, but...
I'm trying it from this one.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, some projects are more free than others.
So, like, just take advantage of the fun ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated... Oh, we had to do party invitations.
Oh, did I do it? Oh, that was so close.
What I hate, Nick, is...
Did you just say
Nick.
Something?
I meant to say that. I hated, I don't hate you. Oh. That's what it sounded like. Contrary to your possible belief.
I was making an N-word joke.
Oh, no, I didn't say that, no. So there was a joke when, not a joke, we had to do a project, and we had to pick 3 things out of a hat. A kind of color scheme,
I did it.
A location, and a party category, and then this was one of the other option. So I had to, because I picked these things randomly, I had to illustrate a party invitation for, I had to use Hue to show,
Who's Hugh? Why'd you use him?
I had to use H-U-E to show, a block party in the Caribbean.
Sorry.
I had to use H-U-E
to show
a block party in the Caribbean.
Everyone knows that's where my block is.
No, but I hated it. You know why? Because
Hugh.
it was so specific that I couldn't make it. I just couldn't push myself to do it. Like, I love the Caribbean. Like, I like tropical stuff.
And I like Hugh, yeah.
Shut up.
Hugh is just a great guy.
No, because it came out so bad. Yeah. Well, this other one that'll be more fun, like, that I think you'd really like, is, or I hope you'd like, is a magazine cover. So you get to pick a random, magazine category, whether it's a doctor, like a health magazine, or a kids magazine, or a gardening one, or a cooking one, or men's health or women's health, you get to pick that out of a hat and then make that into a magazine cover, and you have a ton of free reign over that because you get to pick what kind of pictures to put and all the captions.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. You can even name the magazine in your own. So I did doctor. That sounds so stupid. I did a health magazine or a doctor's magazine. So my my captions are like a doctor away keeps the
A doctor a day.
No. A doctor away. No. A doctor a day keeps the apples away. No, but the expression was like, that I put in my magazine is, now I forget. Oh, an apple a day, you die anyway. And then I had another one. Studies show that young adult books are shortening people's lifespans. It was something like that.
Studies show that teen pregnancy drops drastically after the age of 20.
Or
something really dumb.
Yeah, like I did stuff like that all over it, so that was fun. The problem is my words were taking too much of the cover and I had to delete some stuff, but another fun one was crud, I have to look at it now. This is the third lap and you beat me, yay. We could just bounce off and think of good captions. What doctors do doctors see?
I don't know. Doctors.
Doctors.
What do doctors see?
The doctors.
Regular people.
Studies show that that people who rely too heavily on studies are more feeble-minded.
Don't believe everything you read online. Abe Lincoln.
Oh, I've heard that.
Wow, you win this whole race because the fucking cat a quack.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but a banana a day gives you constipation. I don't know.
How? Huh? Is potassium bad?
I heard something about bananas giving you constipation or something.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Too bad I like bananas.
No, I mean 1 a day is fine, but if you have too much, I heard that it can do that. And by too much, I mean at least like 3. Anyway.
Too many. Okay.
You know
sorry.
what? No, I deserve that.
No. I can still win this.
What is that statue of?
A Delfino?
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I thought it was like Jet from Sonic from Side Glance. I didn't take the shorter route when I should have. Like you. Oh wait, no, ha. I'm still gonna win. And you know why? Because you can't shell me or anything right now.
Indeed. I did catch up a bit, but that's not enough. Alright, what's next?
Studies show that there are only 2 genders.
Jesus.
And that people that think there are more need serious psychiatric help. More at 10.
I saw this, I saw men, women, and handicapped sign on the bathrooms, and I was thinking...
Are handicapped people not men or women?
No, it's, I was thinking, oh look, they're accepting of all men, women, and non-binary.
Oh, I like that a lot. You know what this...
Except, I'm not gonna actually disclose anything that I think. I just really thought that was funny.
Well, that's hilarious. I love that. Something else, you know I love that. But something else I noticed was, at the college that I left early from, because I hated it so much for numerous reasons, their bathrooms, it didn't just say unisex, right? I mean, it didn't just say one or the other, or co-ed or whatever. Not co-ed, it's not a school. It didn't just say male or female. It said explicitly in big white letters, gender-inclusive bathroom.
Can't say, like, bathroom, or restroom.
It's gender-inclusive bathroom. So are all the non-binaries having a party in there?
Non-binary isn't a gender.
See, this is.
No, I mean, like,
No.
isn't the point of it that it's not one or the other?
Yeah, it's all just a lie. It's so hard to keep up with it all. You know what I mean? Like, it's all just.
I guess you could. Maybe it's like a gender, but I guess
Everything's
non-binary just means
labels,
not like male or
nothing
female.
carries
That makes
any-
sense. Anyway.
These are just labels. They shouldn't carry any weight.
Hello, Mom.
Janice just texted with lessons for Friday. So, can you pick one for Friday afternoon?
I'm not going anywhere on Friday.
Yeah, you have to do this on Friday for us.
Oh, a lesson? Oh yeah, I can do a lesson. Sure, I'll do that. Okay. Okay.
How about
Bye.
2:15? Sign up right now.
Eh.
Okay, 12 or 2:15.
Eh.
All right?
I feel like you should care more.
You're not going anywhere on Friday.
Well, I said eh.
You have to do it now before someone else takes it, okay?
I feel like you should. I mean, I'm only taking 3 lessons anyway.
I'm taking the lesson. Don't worry.
Okay, I went to retake my perma test, and we didn't. This is third lap. Wow. Okay. I don't want to finish my sentence.
Alrighty.
Hold on, my mom just asked me something. Stop that.
Are you gonna drive or not? You're gonna pause.
Wait, do you mean in real life or no? Or just this?
No, just this.
I should probably pause and text her now. What time do you think we'll be done with this by?
What time is it right now?
2:24.
What race number is this?
I think it's like 18 or something. Wait, what does that say? Oh, what did that say earlier?
I don't know. We'll be done around. We'll be done before 3 probably.
I'll text 2:45.
Okay.
When I was 3, be safe. I almost texted her 3:90.
My favorite time. Alright, here we go.
No, but I really wish people wouldn't feel so strongly about stuff that they say. You know, like, if people feel so strongly about those sorts of things, and it's like, can you just like live your life? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe see a movie or something.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe see a
But
movie.
if you see a movie that it's like, oh well, they're not being gender inclusive enough. Where's the non-binary? Where's the Asian? Where's the handicapped? Where's the albino? Like, where's every? You know, where's I hate online, like, when they make these characters and they explicitly make them as crippled or racially diverse as possible, and it's like, if you're making them for that point and you feel so strongly about it, then it's like you're treating it like a novelty. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of dehumanizing them and restricting them to their characteristics.
Exactly.
And it's like everything has to be defined by what they are rather than like who they are, and it's like, I need to write that down for my book. But you know, it's it's kind of
like
unhealthy.
Toad. Nobody cares what gender. It's like it should just all be like Toad. No one cares what gender he is. He's a fucking Toad. Just play as Toad, you know?
That's exactly the same thing. I could not think of a better comparison, except I can. No, but like, you can't, like, yeah, it's the 19th race. I'm just tired of people attributing so much power to it. Like, just look, where everything has to be defined by it. That's,
Yeah.
as I'm talking about it right now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe we can move on, I guess.
I don't know. I'm tired of like, especially when you see people and you can tell they identify like that just by looking at them.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it's like, you're gonna cringe at this. Just you wait. You will cringe at this. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But definitely the day after that. No. Yeah, but it's like, the thing that annoys me the most is that if this phenomenon didn't exist, no one will feel this way. It's a matter of, like, if you didn't know what that stuff was, you wouldn't identify with it because you wouldn't know. You wouldn't feel like, why am I... You know, do you see my point, though?
Yeah, I see your point.
I mean, like, there's no basis except Tumblr. You know. Because didn't this all originate from the internet?
I don't know.
I feel like it did. Except, like, Two-Spirit, but, you know. Because where else would it come from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm honestly... I really don't know.
I don't want to pressure you into saying something.
No, I'm not really weighing in right now. Because what I think about this doesn't really... isn't going to help or... isn't going to be a very productive thing no matter what it is for me to do what I really like to do, which is just art and Mario Kart and things like that. So
well, it never hurts to like expand a little bit.
I don't really weigh in on politics that much. I'll try and keep informed, but I'm not going to speak my opinion very much about it.
It's the last lap, but yeah.
But there are people who like to do that. You like to do that, and
yeah.
for those people and you, power to you, because that's what you like to do.
I just want to make sure that like
Politics just isn't what I like to do.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's like I'm not being uncomfortable or anything.
Oh no, of course not. No.
As I interrupt you. Oh.
No.
I interrupted you earlier, but something I.
You did?
Oh, Mom's busy at 3, right?
Oh.
Can I pause it for a second?
Sure.
But I know 3 genderqueer people, and they all have troubled family lives. So I think it's an escape from that.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so you're aggressive. I'll text her later. Well, I sent her something, but let me just ask John. But I really want to, like... It does stem from, like, to me, like, immaturity. Because the people, like...
I don't know. I mean, I think...
At least the people I know, it's like they... I don't know how to say it.
Maybe it's just, like, I understand what it's trying to do, and what it's trying to do, when coming from an honest standpoint, is to just not have to adhere to what people might initially think just by looking at you based on your gender or anything. Which in that case is, I mean, power to you if you don't want to be judged because of your gender.
But just,
maybe, like,
I
don't think it would really be immaturity.
Well, the people I know are extremely immature, and they feel like that, so...
Right, well, perhaps. It could be just a bad sample of people.
I mean, why else would they let it define them so much? It's because they're...
Oh, I'm talking about the people who just honestly identify, but they don't really let it define them that much. Like, they still have interests, they still do things. Like, for those people...
I never see those kinds of people, though.
Oh, I know quite a couple. I know quite a few.
Quite a couple. What, are they, like, married queer people?
Yeah, no, only 2. No, I'm kidding. But when I was down in, at Ringling in Florida, I met a couple people who... they didn't even strike me like that. They were just, they were either non-binary or, something else. I'm not quite sure.
Androgynous?
No, just to be honest, I don't quite remember.
Yeah.
But
Last lap, yeah.
they, they didn't talk about it at all, but they didn't even really correct people that much. They just they just told people once, and just to, and that was it. And if The person didn't use it. You know, they were kind of cool with it. They were a really nice person, and they, for the most part, were just there to. They helped with the Waluigi game, and they were there because they loved art, not because of the community or the culture that art brings.
So when I maybe that's because Ringling's harder to get into, so there's gonna be more mature people. But at the pre-college I was at, like,
Ringling's not that hard to get into.
okay,
I
well,
mean, maybe portfolio-wise, but its grades
well,
are.
the pre-college I was at seems to be easier. Like, seems to be more like accepting, and everyone there that identified differently was like so obnoxious. They were so quirky, and you know, like they had this accent that I don't know how to describe it. Just really obnoxious and childish. Like,
I mean, an accent
No, I mean, like-
isn't a sign of immaturity.
No, you don't understand the inflection of their speech. It's like you can tell the tone. Like,
I think I get what you mean. It wasn't like an accent, but
it's
it
not
was.
like a foreign accent.
It was. You're right. It wasn't an accent. It was more of a tone. Like,
yeah, it was a tone.
yeah, like a.
And
I get what you mean now.
yeah, and
But
I feel like maybe it's because it's so new, but they really need to crack down on people like letting it define them to an unhealthy extent, and like cracking like.
Here's what I think some of it could be, and I'm honest when I say this, that some of it could be. First of all, there are people who honestly do identify like this, but there are also people who are immature, who go with it because this is what society really favors like now, and just because society talks about it a lot, and maybe they want some sort of they want to be part of it. They try to identify like that, sometimes unhonestly. But there are still many cases where people honestly identify like this. Just there's also a plethora of people who are doing it because it's the thing to do.
There is, yeah, I think that's most people. But I do want to talk to you about something that I realized while I was at the pre-college program. I realized that there's a huge point that could actually unite the right and left in terms of gender, that could actually end everything, right? So I've seen a right, well, they are correct, but a conservative YouTuber, and he says, "Don't you get it? Gender doesn't exist."
Is this
They're an obscure
Crowder?
No, well, I like him a lot, but this is a more obscure YouTuber. I don't know how Crowder feels on this, but there's this one was far more obscure, and he only has like I forget how much he has, like 100,000 subscribers. But he basically says like, "Don't you get it? Like, gender's a scam. It was just invented in the 20th century to promote gender stereotypes and to keep women in the kitchen. Like, that's what gender is. Like, don't you know that?" And I have to research more to know whether to agree with that. But he said gender is a construct, and there's only biological males and biological females, and that's it. And you keep inventing other things, but it's just biological sex, and that's it. And we invented these things, but we don't have to define them. We don't have to be defined by them anymore. But now you're just inventing new things, and I'm paraphrasing at this point, but you know. And then at my pre-college program, I heard someone say gender doesn't exist, and everyone was like, "Yes." So I think. The common
yes,
yes, honey. That accent was so bad. That accent was horrible. But you know, like yes, honey, queen, slay, preach. But
okay.
yeah, the fact that, and this is what I want to talk about too. Like,
here
the fact I think it's a valid argument. Like, gender doesn't exist. You don't have to define yourself too much by biological functioning, and
is it true to say that a lot of leftists are saying that gender's a spectrum, and there's sex and gender are two different things. Sex is just how you were born, gender is how you actually are. That's what I'd say leftists are saying.
Yeah.
Is that about right? So,
I think so. I wouldn't know, but I mean, I do know, but I'm not a leftist.
So
but that's
here's-
yeah.
here's, I guess, my take. I'm gonna try and still stay kind of in the middle, and not offend many people, because I feel like, though it could be a way just to try and not upset people, I think in this case it would probably just be the smartest thing, considering it's not my place anyway. It's not the topic that I really have thought about too much.
Yeah, just
So,
that's the third lap.
I would say that gender and sex are... Because for me, gender has only ever been a way for me to say how someone is biologically without having the uncomfortableness of saying the word sex all the time.
Wait,
So,
can you pause when it's...
yeah.
Wait,
sure.
I should, because you were just going to...
No, I'll pause. So,
I'd have to sound so.
and in terms of word parts, the GEN in gender does come from genome, which is related to sex. Now, nowadays it has taken on a different meaning. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or bad thing. I just think it's a thing. And, here's the thing about everyone bashing each other for, saying things that maybe a lot of liberals wouldn't like you to say. Social justice warriors, political correctness. I think, honestly, that you don't have to
Ready.
follow it, but the fact that it exists might be not as bad as
Ready.
just having a bunch of bigots running around. Yeah, I'm ready. So, in terms of, yeah, that's all I have to say, really.
To me, like, I think we should drop all these labels and pronoun stuff, because, like, I mean, you're only building up more and more of a bubble, and it's getting, like, out of hand.
Right, you can say that you can come up with 20 different word parts and prefixes and suffixes to describe your gender, but at some point, you're just describing yourself as a person. You're not describing
It's
a
not-
gender.
Yeah.
You're just... So, if that's who you are, then good for you. You should try and express that
I mean, not
in
really.
a way of not...
Or you could just not express it at all. Like, don't bother people with that.
No, I mean, if it's who you are to, like... Someone could come up with 50 different words for their sexuality and then just chain them together with hyphens at some point in time. But,
Oh, yeah.
at that point, it is just describing yourself on a very, very specific level. You can't even say that there's a whole category of people anymore like that, because you could come up with 1 trillion words.
No, 'cause
And it's just describing yourself on a specific level. And at that point, you have way better things to do than to sit down and come up with a list
I know this
of
is
things.
why. Yeah, but like people turn that into a lifestyle, and that's what I don't want. Because I'm like one of the most specific people. Like I'm bisexual. Like with a woman, I'd be like butch, but with a guy, like I'd be femme. And then I have like 3 different fetishes.
Is it possible that, in terms, I would say, when you walk into a hospital and you, and there's a page asks you for your gender, it's a fill in the blank,
Like
and it asks you for your sex, and it's a bubbles thing that you just check a certain bubble or something. When it comes to medical reasons, what is the doctor going to look at? They're going to look at your sex, because that is how they can medically help you. If something's going on, if you hurt yourself, or if you have like, if say you catch some sort of disease or something, and it's like a sexually transmitted disease or something,
like
you have to take...
transgenderism.
Jesus Christ. you have to take some sort of medication or have some sort of surgery. The doctor's not going to care what your gender is so much as he's going to care what your sex is. He or she or they, whatever. Like, so much as the doctor is going to say, the doctor is going to care about what your sex is more, because that's how they can help you. That's how it physically relates to you. Now, other than that, you don't have to... like, we should really just drop the whole thing about gender. Other than that,
that's
because
that's what we agree on. Yeah.
because it's not productive,
No, it's
and
not.
I think as a society we should just drop the labels. We should just drop the being racist and being bigots. I'm all for dropping that. Identifying as something other than female or other than male or other than well, yeah, but it isn't going to. It is
It's just worsening.
somewhat a way, I'd say, to maybe protest either misogyny or expectations that are on males. And I completely understand that, and I'm all for you if you don't
Just
want to be like
destructive.
that. But at some point in time, if like, it's not going to get rid of the bigots. Maybe
It's just gonna
you've
make them
noticed.
worse.
Maybe you've noticed by now
That it makes
that
them worse.
no. Maybe you've noticed by now that
Hurry into their laugh. Holy crap, that kid. This is what happens when I get carried away with talking.
all right. Perhaps you've noticed. I'm talking to you guys in the audience still. Maybe you've noticed by now that
Yep.
creating these maybe not even creating, sometimes it's honest, but like, if you honestly don't fall into a category such as male or female,
Then you do.
then no, it's not what I'm saying. If you honestly don't fall into a category, look, that's not where I'm going to argue. I'm not going to argue if the categories exist or if they don't. But if you're one of the people who isn't honestly that way, who just does it because it's a way to keep up with it. If you're one of those people and you're just trying not to be female because you don't want to, you don't want people to be sexist against you, well then bigots will nowadays have found a different way to be bigots, and that is to be bigots against people who are non-binary.
Well, it's not a thing
And
either.
there are bigots against men, there are bigots against women, there are bigots against non-binary, there's bigots against everyone. If, like, I'm not saying this is or isn't a thing, the non-binary thing. I'm not actually making any argument there. I'm saying, if someone is being sexist, if people are being sexist, if you don't want to be a woman or you don't want to be a man because there are sexist people out there who would make that more difficult for you, I got news for you. There are people who are just as
You're talking about it.
there are people who have just as much hatred towards non-binary. No matter who you are, me, you, anyone watching, there will always be people who are just being stupid, who are just bigoted.
No, 'cause, like,
But that doesn't mean you have to let it define who you are. You could go do something. You could go do something with your life. And
no, because they're most likely gonna grow out of it anyway. Like, there's so many people online that say, like, I'm non-binary, but now I'm not. Here's why. Like, there's so many people. And
well,
they need to establish more, like...
if anyone has misconstrued me, I'm not saying there is or isn't a non-binary. That is not where my argument lies.
That's where my argument lies.
My
you know?
argument lies in the sense that whether or not it is a thing, there still are people who are identifying with it, not because that's how they genuinely feel, but because it's the cool thing to do.
But you know,
And I'm only talking to those people right now. And if
I feel like that's what all of them do. That's my opinion. I think they're all doing it because they know that other people are doing it. Like, they want to feel included in something, so that's what they do. Like, that's what I think. Like, I think that, like...
As someone who honestly can't say that for myself, I don't know how these people feel. I don't know if
I think it's just puberty, you know? That's what I think. Like, I think...
That's a valid opinion, you know? It is.
I think even when they're adults, it's like, they're just stuck in...
Personally, if I meet someone who identifies as non-binary, you know, I'll just call them their pronouns, because it isn't my goal to go around making enemies with people. B, if it truly doesn't matter anyway, then like, when I'm talking to them, I won't even need to mention their gender that much. We'll just be, like, talking about other stuff. What?
Most of the people I've known that feel that way mention it all the time. It's not just one person. There's a lot of people I know that have the need to mention it all the time. So based off all those experiences, I can't side with it. And the fact that, like, when you introduce yourself and you need to say that to someone, like, it's kind of... It's like...
Right.
I'm special, and you have to accept that. And if you... I mean, it's like, please just divert your attention towards me in this... I don't know. I think it's...
Yeah. Well, I will say that... Yeah, it's lap 3, I gotcha. I will say that the people I currently know, with the exception of a few, who identify as non-binary.
Can we just stop saying that? I hate that word so much now. We've said it like a million times in the past 5 minutes.
Who identify that way.
Yeah, that's better. Because we just invented
some
the
of
term
them
like 2 years ago.
honestly do have things of their own going on. Maybe it's their way to feel special when their family wasn't treating them correctly. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's honest. I'm not sure. And the reason I'm saying I'm not sure isn't because I don't think there is a way to be sure from someone in my perspective. I'm saying, like, I could do research about this, you know? I could. But I don't. And until I do research, I'm not going to give you my opinion either way on that type of thing. I'm just going to say simply that there are the people do exist who, whether it's all of them or not, people do exist who do just want attention.
I think you've made that point a lot, actually, that, like, you're not either way. Like, I think you've driven that home already.
Right. The only reason I rehashed it so many times is because I don't want someone in the audience who identifies as non-binary. Sorry, I didn't mean to say.
No, like, yeah, no, it's fine. I get it.
To be like,
I'm non-binary. Well, they could feel that way about me, just not about you. You know, like.
And the only reason I was mocking that voice, first of all, is because.
Like, I don't think you need to defend yourself. So
making fun of them for being a hater, not for.
It's fine. I don't think you have to defend yourself so many times. I think it's. I'm just tired of, like. I'm glad you're doing it, but I think you've made your point. Like, you're a good person, I'm not.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not the point you're making. That's right. I know that's obvious. That's the furthest point that you're making. It's not the point that you're making at all. That's just how I see it, right?
All right. So what would you like to say?
If anyone sends death threats, make them towards me. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. No, but yeah, I feel like they don't know what boundaries are. Like, they don't know, like, what restrictions are. They think everyone should be as free as possible and everything. And it's people, like, abuse those identities a lot, and it's kind of it can really hurt others, and they can't even see it. Like, this person I know that defines herself or their self, but I'm not going to say that, by their or whatever. Like, the person who defines themselves by their identity the most that I know has, like, been, like, extremely mean to me. Like, she was extremely, like, she constantly projected that on me all the time, and it had to be about her all the time, and she mentioned it every day, all the time. And the fact that the community, it seems to embrace that constant, like, mentioning and defining yourself by that. And to me, that's like it's just setting people up for failure. Like it's as if in every social setting ever, they can feel free to like make things revolve around them. Because that's what I've seen from her. Like they don't say like, why can't they just say treat non-binary people like normal people? Instead, it's like you have to let them say their pronouns. You have to like not be sure not to offend them. You have to. I mean, I'm tired.
No,
I think it's
I get
like instead of saying just treat it. Like I've seen tutorials on how to be an ally towards queer people, and I hate that so much because like I'm queer and like I don't like you're acting like we're an ally. Like you're acting like we're Germany and the U.S. in World War II. Or something. I mean, they're not allies, but you're acting like they're natural opposites and that they should be together.
Right.
So when I see videos on, you just have to be nice to them, just to let them know it's their safe space too.
That's
And
dehumanizing.
you have to give them band-aids, and you have to offer to coloring books with them. And that's not like that. But to me, those videos, to me, that whole narrative, to me, both what we've been talking about this whole time and those like tutorials on how to be an ally, like are just this whole narrative on queer people and straight people are completely fundamentally different when we're not. Like it's tired. It's
You're forgetting one of the words. People.
Yeah, right. That's the only word that there should be. Instead of there being an LGBTQ or whatever, there could just be queer. Like you could just get rid of all the letters and just say queer. But you could also just say people. So, I mean, it's really tiring to like stop segregate. Like you keep applying segregation when it's not needed, and it's extremely exhausting. Like you know how segregation in the 20th century and beforehand, like it was just extremely like awful for the people who were like involved in it, and now you're just promoting that now, like the categorization of people, and it's really exhausting. And they know it. It's just they don't want to feel that way. But I mean, just
one thing I'll say is that I don't get transracialism. No,
that's good. That's the line that
that's the line that I don't think anyone really believes.
A lot of leftists don't get that either. That's not wow. A lot of leftists don't get that either because like I've seen so many of them comment like you're not doing anything for Black Lives Matter, like stuff like that.
Because I didn't. Here's the thing. I wasn't born feeling white. You don't feel a specific. At some point we're just people, and.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. What? Mom's here.
No. She's busy. I'm gonna have to ask my brother. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Or can walk. But... Okay. No, but like to me, I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I don't think it's correct at all. Cause like I think I know where they're coming from in that like there's weeaboos and otakus like that guy in the comments that just that love it's so easy to become engrossed in something that I get it. Like there's white people that wear like dreads, and that's not a cultural appropriation because a race can't trademark a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like,
something that was really stupid that happened recently.
Dr. Phil?
I'm not talking about that
Oh,
though.
wow, okay.
I'm talking about
Filipino guy.
I'm talking.
No, go.
I'm talking about No, I was laughing at it.
I know, but still.
There was a lawsuit against Ed Sheeran for the song. I know. I whenever I hear the name Ed Sheeran.
No, I meant like, oh, this is gonna be good. Go on.
Quite honestly, whenever I hear the name Ed Sheeran, I sigh as well. But
no, I was like, oh, it was an inhale. Just go.
But at this point in time, I'm gonna have to side with him on this. There was a lawsuit against him from the person who wrote. What was it? It was from the person who wrote.
Oh, Final Line.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on with that one. Whoever wrote that. Slap 3. And
I said that, but no, let's get to your point, right?
There was a lawsuit against from the person who wrote "Let's Marvin Gaye and Get It On." Let's Get It On is the name of the song. To Ed Sheeran, who wrote "Thinking Out Loud" because they have similar chords. which I think is really stupid.
What does that have to do with transracialism?
Oh, it doesn't. I was changing the subject.
What?
I think we can agree that we don't understand transracial.
No, I think we can go off on that because that's so fun. If we have something in common, let's just embrace it. Like
Well, here's the thing. If I am 99.9999999% sure that
you're German.
that it doesn't exist.
Oh, 'cause, like,
But so long as that .00, how many nines did I say? I don't know. .000 blah 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 1. So long as that percentage is there at whatsoever, I'm not going to fully hate on it.
so I saw.
So I'm not gonna really rant on it that much still.
So I want to rant, right? So I saw a video when I saw a video of a talk show, not a talk show, but like one of those shows like the Today Show, except it was in Britain or Australia, and there was this girl that you could look at her facial structure, like her her eyes, and you could tell that she used to be white, but her skin, like, almost looked like blackface, and it was all over her entire body.
That could happen when.
No, she said that she went through surgeries to look black. Like, not just blackface, not just a tan. She went through multiple surgeries to make her entire, like, body look black.
Didn't work.
No, like, I think if you saw her in the street...
If she looked white, it didn't work.
No, I mean, like, her skin is black. But, again, like, her eyes, you could think that she was mixed or something. Like, at least mixed. But I think the way she did it kind of dehumanized their race, because she, like, you keep doing that, and I'm concerned. Are you okay?
Doing what?
Like, the chin thing.
That?
Yeah.
My chin just.
Okay, because it looks painful to your neck, but yeah. So, and she was like, kind of dehumanizing the race. I think. I mean, literally superficializing it. Like, literally superficializing it. You know, like.
Literally.
No, she was though.
I know.
Yeah, I just think it's a really good example. Like, or it's really I forget my point. But she said, like, black. I love being black. Because they just did.
I love that episode from PewDiePie, though, where it's like, hello, fellow Caucasian people!
Something else I like is, she quadrupled the size of her breasts. And she was like, I love my big black boobies and stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
You know? And I thought that was funny, but it's just as sad. Because you can be white with... It's not transitioning together. No, I mean... I think my point is that she really superficialized the race and everything that goes along with that. And her lap. And, how are you right there? How are you right there now?
What? I was behind you.
You was, and then you beat me.
You was?
Just
You sure about that word? Anyway,
No, I was just talking about black. You're just talking about black people. And
Wait, can I talk about the lawsuit, though?
Wait.
Ah, shit.
Were you not done?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, well, I mean, we were talking about... Okay, fine. Can you finish, and then we can go back to...
Sure.
Okay.
So...
Anyway.
So, anyway, can I pause? Because I have to fix my headset. So, the problem with this lawsuit... First of all, can you copyright chords? Tell me what you think about that. I do that a lot. Okay,
So, I'm not a musician, so my opinion matters less than a grain of salt. But, I don't think you should copyright that stuff. That's like saying, can an artist copyright, like, a color palette or...
Yeah, exactly.
Or,
That's exactly what it is, though.
So that's great. I'm already a musician.
So,
No.
the thing about it is that Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud doesn't even close to have the same melody as Get It On does. Very, very, very different melodies. It's just the chord progression in the background has the same numbers.
So they're vaguely similar.
Number chords in the same order. So they're similar in the sense that you could switch melodies in one of the songs to the melody of the other, and it would sound natural. But other than that, they're completely different. The reason this lawsuit is stupid is because it is the same chord progression that every pop song ever uses, which is the dun, 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 dun. Just listen to any song on the radio. You'll hear those faintly in the background, if not prominently in the foreground of the song. And
It really is like that, then. Background and foreground.
And the reason for that, first of all, there's a reason that psychologically why people love those chords so much with each other. Just those frequencies releases some sort of dopamine. I don't even know, but the person who wrote Marvin Gaye was trying to copyright that, and if that were successful, what would have happened was he would have been able to sue every pop artist ever.
Yeah. That reminds me of something.
Including myself. I have shamefully used the 4 chords in the Mountain Dew song.
Anyway. Can I, add on to that?
Yeah.
Someone just sued Frozen because they said the plot line was just like her life.
I remember that. I heard about that. That was great.
That might have been fake news, but, Final Lap crap. But, you know. Oh, that tiger made the cutest
Lap
noise.
3. Oh, also, if you're gonna try and do the falling off thing, you actually have to do it from within the finish line, or else it won't count it.
So my brother's getting me.
What?
My brother's getting me soon.
Maybe we have time for like one more race.
Or maybe even a battle.
It's 32 out of 32.
Maybe even a battle.
Perhaps.
Why does Britta look so dark? Oh, she's under the shadow.
Hold on, I'm gonna focus for a second on this one race and do as best as I can.
Can we talk more about transracialism, though? Because I
Sure.
think there's something to be said about the fascination people have with their races, and I think it's more common than we think. Like, think about how, like, the weeaboo culture, and it's not even just among, like, weebs, it's, like, a lot of, I think it's
I don't
extremely
think
normal
weebs is a race.
You know what?
Guys, we just switched races right now, actually. We were on Sherbertland before. I'm sorry.
We transitioned 32 times.
Yeah, exactly.
64 times today.
Dude, we are thriving.
We're so progressive.
We're thriving in society.
My body
right
can't
now.
keep up with it.
So many surgeries.
No, because, like, but there's also a phenomenon called Westaboo. And Westaboo, you know, it's when people in the Eastern cultures want to be white. And that's common, too, in the sense that, like, in 20th century American beforehand, people had to assimilate to be white, to be accepted. And
wait, a weeaboo isn't someone from the...
No, Westaboo. Like, you know, like you
I know, but a weeaboo isn't someone in the Eastern... In the Western trying to go trying to be, like...
Well, they're trying to be Japanese. Like, trying to, like...
Oh, I see. I just think of a weeaboo as someone who's, like, a geek or a nerd who likes anime.
Well, it is like that, but they also try to, like, insert them into... Or at least I thought.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, I agree with you
or
now, actually.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
So whether the word is true or not, maybe I'm getting the definition wrong, but there certainly is a crowd out there that wants to insert themselves into Japanese culture, even though they're probably like 80% Irish, like 10% British.
Yeah.
And then 10% English. Me. No, I'm not like that. I'm close though. But I think, and then there's the reverse where people in like Eastern cultures would like get surgery to make their eyes wide, and then they'd get surgery to lighten their skin. Yeah. And then they'd
to make themselves an anime character.
Then they'd want to be white.
Oh.
And then they'd like try to bleach their hair blonde.
Oh my god.
Yeah, stuff like that. And
that's terrible for your hair, though.
Well, I think like there is something to be said about like the fascination with something different than yourself. Like, I for one like anime. No.
Well, yeah, because all we've ever known is ourselves. We want something different.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why like. Although, then again, it's like urban kids, like, a lot of the white ones, like, want to, like, I read something on Instagram, not on Instagram, but an article about a few Instagrammers or YouTubers or whatever, just people online, like, kind of like, the what's it called? Cash Me Outside girl, last lap. The Cash Me Outside girl, like, there's people like her.
You win. It's fucked up.
I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. You have continued my legacy.
I committed suicide.
You committed suicide.
Oh, did you see that? Oh, you beat me by 196 points. Or just 96.
No, 96.
96.
I was gonna say, what?
You beat me at math, too.
I beat you at math?
I want to show you something funny, though.
Oh, Millie said amen to something.
I want to show you something.
Probably when I said we just changed races like 32 times. Amen.
64.
64? Oh yeah, we did do 64 races today, didn't we? You know, let's do 5 more, make it
Nope.
69.
Um,
You quit?
yeah, I just want to show you something though.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the first result that comes up. I hope so. I'm sure you've seen this before, right? Have you?
I have.
Wait, what?
I remember.
Maybe you
yes.
haven't seen this one specifically.
One second. Yeah.
Mute that.
Kermit approves of that meme right there. I will be narrating the next race as Kermit, and
Did you hear the song that they played after?
yes, I did. It was Rainbow Connection.
Are we actually? No, wait, no. We should play together though.
I want to teach you a shortcut.
I don't care.
Okay, fine. We should play together.
You should-
I wanted to teach you a shortcut.
What? Wait, what are the comments saying?
Just amen from Millie Halprin.
That's such a weird way to say it.
Sorry, I hit B twice accidentally, so I'm gonna choose a different character
you,
right
okay.
now. Okay, versus okay, I'm gonna be I want to be Funky Kong.
Standard card apparently.
Oh, sorry.
I actually meant Kermit. I meant to use the Flame Runner, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's not the Flame Runner. That's the Shooting Star.
Guys.
There you are.
This is actually Kermit talking right now. He just walked in the room and wow.
Yeah. My name is Kermit the Frog here. Miss Piggy's back. I don't know what she's doing right now, but I'm out and about.
She wants to touch your froggy ass.
Yeah, she wants to touch my froggy ass. Yeah, so the races are starting now. I'm gonna race. Here we go. Looks like I'm in first. I did a nice slip drift. I'm turning around the corner. Looks like we're hugging the turn pretty tight. Tight right there. So I'm gonna wheelie right here because I wanna escape the lake.
I'm listening to it now.
Anyway, transracialism. So, wow, that hurt. Yeah, what was I saying?
Why are there so many games of Mario Kart Wii, and none of them I ever have won? Just kidding, I win everything, and you are a loser.
Wow, do you want me to drown now?
And now I'm on lap 3. Almost. Yep, now I am.
Okay.
You know what's funny? Like when people say, "Oh, you can't,"
Yeah, I do think that's pretty funny.
Good
Night.
night.
The Cataquack is being a stupid fucking piece of
Is
shit
that
right
actually
there.
what they're called?
I just got hit 4 times by that
I
cataquack.
just noticed that cruise ship, and I fell off just to see it. There's a Daisy cruise ship in the background.
Is that Daisy Cruiser?
Yeah. Isn't
The track?
down there? It could be. Probably is.
Oh, that's so... Oh my god, does it say... It says it, right?
It says Daisy, and there's 2 pictures of her. But you can't-
That's definitely Daisy Cruiser. Oh, that track's not even in this game.
Might have been referencing it. I lost just for that. Are we still doing no items?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I just realized.
I didn't even know that Daisy Cruiser was in the background of Peach Beach.
I just helped you discover something.
Peach Beach, Daisy Cruiser.
This is why
Two
I'm in-
sisters.
This is why I'm in art. I visually notice the things that don't matter at all. That's what art is if you can. That's what art is if you think about it.
Yeah. Anyway, this is crunch time on this race right here because I have to do something well and prove myself, like really well. I have to do really well in a race.
Alright. What do you think about cultural appropriation?
I think it's appropriate.
Do you think it's stupid?
Yes.
Yay!
appropriately stupid.
Like when people say like don't wear sombreros, it's cultural appropriation, and it's like you're the only person that restricts them to this culture so much. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like talk to any given Mexican, they're like, it's a hat. Who gives a fuck? Like wear what you want. It's like Nick, you can't wear green because you're not Irish.
Oh shit.
Unless you are Irish, are you?
A little bit.
Okay. Then I guess it's fine. You can only wear a little bit.
You only wear 4% green.
Because you're only 4% Irish.
Yeah.
So, people with green eyes, though, wait, is green eyes a default Irish trait, or
I don't know.
can green eyes be seen in other cultures?
I really don't know.
Because, okay, so let me put it like this. If, I'm guessing it is just Irish. Well, if not, then they have to stab their eyes so they're not green, or they have to wear different colored eye contacts. I'm stretching it. I'm just bored. I don't know.
What are you doing?
Wait, are you still winning? Oh wait, no, I thought you were losing.
What?
So
I'm super far ahead.
No, it just
I was never losing in this race. I was always in front.
Well, let me put it this way. After the last race when I lost because I noticed Daisy Cruiser, I just stopped caring.
You didn't...
Oh, look at those mushrooms. Look, those are like mushrooms around that door. That's so cool. What else is around?
Oh, I wanted to lap you.
Oh, look at, what else can I notice, though?
Come on, race. I want an actual victory, not an unfair victory.
Why race when I can twerk? Oh, wait, no, it's too late.
Birdo is not good at twerking.
No, you have that with
This is a message from Kermit. Do not use Birdo to twerk.
So I have a question. Did you actually have to... Did you actually have to train to get to that voice? Or
No, it just came kind of naturally, you know. Miss Piggy gave it to me.
That's the worst impression of
that's a pretty good Kermit voice. I think you should keep practicing. Hello, I'm Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
I can't really do that well, but
I can do like the ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I could do an okay Doofenshmirtz, and then
Perry the Platypus. I can't do it really.
Unlike that one. No, mine's even worse. I can do a good Waddles.
My mother doesn't love me.
You can do Groom.
Ekin Druselstein. Whatever. That's Doofenshmirtz's father.
No. No, have I shown you my Waddles impression? I'd have to do it into the mic, though.
Actually, I had a pretty good... I mean, that was pretty good for someone who is bad at Doofenshmirtz. Don't you agree?
That's my life motto. For someone who's bad at life, I'm pretty good at it.
No, but for someone who's bad at a Doofenshmirtz impression, would you say that I did decently?
It's okay, yeah.
Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, it's okay. You got the inflection right, kind of. But, do you want to hear my Waddles impression?
Hold on, Millie, what do you think about my Doofenshmirtz impression? I'm not doing it again because I could mess it up.
Does Millie even know who I am at this point?
I'd say my impression of Doofenshmirtz lacks the raspiness and falls apart because of that.
I think it lacks the 42-year-old middle-agedness. You know.
Flat 3.
Oh wait, do you want to hear my Waddles impression?
Sure. Quack, 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 quack. Oh, that's Ducky Momo.
How can I so easy to confuse? Wait, no. Okay, wait, hold on.
Waddles?
You should really throw that banana peel away. Like, that's my obsession.
Alright.
Like, sometimes I'll, if I'm close with someone and I'll say, oh, bye, they'll say bye, and then I'll oink, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, like, did he just oink me goodbye? You know?
Yeah.
Just say bye.
Bye.
Like, you know? Just be like that. It doesn't sound.
Frickin' piece of frick.
It doesn't sound as funny as it is though. In conversation, it just has to be in the moment, you know. No, you don't. It's okay.
Sorry.
No, I mean no. Don't be sorry. It's too weird to laugh. It's too weird to understand. I really hate this track. We've done this like 5 times. Actually, I think in total we've done it 4 times. Anyway. But I've told you my obscure fantasy of having a Vocaloid voice, right? Like not even an anime.
A what?
Oh, John's here.
Ah.
I'm coming, sorry. Bye. I'll check. It's like a yellow house.
And then there was one. Wow, I'm getting destroyed. Alright, here we go. Whoa, what? You can't hop? Oh, right. Funky Kong's just getting hit by cars right now.
What? Okay. Wait, I'll ask him. What's your address again? I forget.
11 Rosemary Ave.
Now the audience knows.
It doesn't matter.
11 Rosemary Ave. Okay. Okay. You're still racing, Nick? Oh wait, you mean?
Alright, here you go. We're about tied now.
I'm doing this left-handed. That's what
It's so much easier to control without motion controls now. Now that I haven't been using it for a while.
Are you here now? Huh? Okay. I thought you said hello. I'm like, yes, we are talking. Wait. Nick, can you look at my screen for a minute? Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I saw.
Is that just the bottom of the bridge? I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It looked kind of glitchy, yeah. Anyway.
Watch this. It's called a spin drift. Or no,
I've never heard you say that before.
I can't do it.
Yeah, he beat me. Call for help. I'm kidding. Yeah, he's beat me in this game. And he's streaming it. So, yes. Oh, I'm on the phone, by the way. Yeah. That probably clears things up. Did you hear that, Nick?
Hear what?
John said, wait, no. Someone said hi on the other line.
Oh, tell that someone I said hi as well.
No, I'm trying not to. What? I'm trying not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John. No, he hung up. Oh crap. Okay, that's great.
Wait, what happened? I'm so confused. Oh, is that?
That's probably is.
You should probably go then.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Bye.
Alright.
Bye, Millie.
Well, that is the end of the stream today. Say goodbye to Tiffany, everyone.
Saves Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, sorry. I keep forgetting her name.
Well, John didn't answer, so that's great.
I don't know. I'm just kind of messing around in this.
How is he not answered? Not. Probably driving.
Wow, I lapped you. You're doing so badly this race.
See that controller on the ground? Neglected? And see my hands right now?
You're racing and not even touching the controller? That's skill. Never mind. I forgive everything.
Oh, I love how you're like, oh, I understand everything. No, you're like, I forgive everything. I forgive it. I forgive it.
Alright.
Bye.
Adios, muchacha. Oh god, I'm dying.
I'm including.
What?
No, I mean, I said something I said the killing. Audios and please.
Oh yes, and stereos.
I was gonna say, I hate saying that now because it sounds kind of forced, but since you said that,
Alright. Well, thank you everybody for watching. As you can see, I'm just dancing around now. And that is the end of the stream. So, goodbye.